Hello Aries, kia ora koutou katoa, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to break free of that and do some changes with saying that whole phrase, but I'm not having much success. It's something ingrained in me now, where I feel yeah, even though I want to change my introduction in that sense, I just can't do it. So there may be something going on with you Aries, where there's just something that you may be finding it hard to like shift, and even though you know, like you're quite comfortable with it, but there is something like I'm feeling, and I'm sensing like the deep down, it's like you would like to make some, underlying changes is what I'm hearing. So there may be some underlying issues or underlying thoughts or underlying feelings, or underlying story where you are looking at maybe trying to shift some ways of doing things about yourself, with yourself. So anyway, I'm just going to like continue with our that seems to be the theme, so around this read. So anyway, got started straight away. So my intention was to get through my introduction first of all, but there may be something about that with your intention as well. However, it's like, and I feel like there is something about you doing something towards it, but not actually accomplishing all that you wanted to do at the moment. So if something may be taking you a little bit longer than you anticipated to fulfill for yourself mostly, and some for others, but I'm feeling like, you know what, I'm not going to like overthink it, overdo it. I'm just gonna go with the flow as much as I possibly can, and in between I'm hearing like there's a little bit of beating up, you're beating yourself up, but you know what, that's usually what happens if you think about it, like, and it's a natural course of things in a way where, where we kind of review things and we look at things and we might be taking it a little bit too personally. So, but, and it's just about checking in with ourselves when we get to that stage. And something may not be just sitting right, which is why you're either questioning it or what's holding it up, and you may be missing something. So this is where Spirit is saying, like in some way, there is a reason for why things are seemingly or blocked, or slowed down, or or in the way, or something like that, or being pulled back or pulled away or put in front of you to look at. Not necessarily negative though. So this is the thing, I feel like they're talking about, not looking at everything as being a negative. There are reasons generally why they're there, and generally we've put them there on saying that. And sometimes the universe has just put things there that it's out of our control as well. So the first card out is Temperance here, balance. So yeah, that's about a balance, basically finding the balance in pretty much everything that's going on in your life at the moment, whether you're here in New Zealand going through this lockdown thing, or whether you're overseas going through a lockdown thing as well, or whatever is going on with you at this time in your life. That sort of thing. So anyway, I'm just going to like go back to my intro, my main intro. So anyway, thank you everybody for subscribing to my videos, and liking and or commenting and sharing them as well. Just a quick reminder is that these reads are general, so just take what does resonate and leave what does not. And and check out what your other signs are saying for you. Okay, so if you don't know what your other signs are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a calculator on it that will work it out for you. Okay, cool. Right, now let me see. So we're doing like the readers pretty much like how we normally do it, but I'm only going to pull out 3 down, 3 up. So there's a theme, around what is going on for you right now, what you might want to consider to look at right now as well, and how you can help yourself, through this time. So, which is like, same thing as like what you might want to consider, or encouragement or think about, looking at this point, and or reviewing at this point, you know, moving forward. So I'm just going to go with that one there because that one's flipped up. You know, and then, you know, and along the way there's a possible outcome of what could be doing. So often, you know, Spirit will give, I'm hearing, you know, there's three things, three questions going on there. So there we go. 3 up, 3 down, 3 across, 3 down. So, you know, I'm just hearing lots of threes. There's interesting because there's like they just, you know, doing this read, there is something about, you know, there's three questions that we're working with. So there may be a theme of three going on without you, or doing things around you at the moment, or about you, or working in the working around. So magnetism is the first card out there. So that may be the theme for this next week. When I say this next week too, they're talking about this is for the rest of August 2021. Okay, so today is the 22nd of August that I am doing this read. So pretty much, you know, from the 23rd to the 31st. So I'm not going to do them in a weekly, as, you know, running through the calendar week, you know. It just doesn't, it's not gelling with me. So there may be something where, like what we've just talked about, or what Spirit have just brought up, is about where you may be thinking, feeling, or doing, or contemplating about something is just not working out for you, and you're needing to go step outside of the normal realm of things, okay, of how it usually is to be done for you, or you usually do it, or how something is usually done. So it could be something for some of you is more working online, or working, you know, online, more working online, or what the other word people call it, remotely. So I don't really get that word because to me a remote is like controlling something from, you know, like on a TV. So, but anyway, so there is something, whatever word you choose, as to what, like, work via the internet basically, or online. So anyway, the first card that out is, you know, first card out is magnetism. The second one is brilliance in this deck over here. So there may be you may be having a little bit of difficulty magnetizing toward you that which you want, okay. And then the second card here is brilliance. So the theme there, and there's something about allowing yourself, what I'm hearing with this is letting that brilliant mind of yours, or that brilliant energy, those brilliant ideas, those brilliant thoughts that you do have in there, to come out and start utilizing them. So I do feel like there's some sort of clarity coming along the way as well during this, you know, during this week, during this this next, you know, for the rest of this month, okay, between 23rd and, well, the next 7 days, basically 8 days. So we're in a, right now we're moving, today is, like I say, Sunday the 22nd of August, so 2021. So today we're around, you know, full moon energy. So to the full moon goes into its full experience tomorrow at 12:01 here in New Zealand. So on the 23rd of August. So it's like you may be feeling a little bit fuller in your energy and wanting to go and do things and clear and declutter, because that's a natural form of energy that comes with the full moon, is to let go of things, release that which does not serve you any further or any longer for your highest and greatest good. And it may never have served you at all. So whatever is going on with you, so it's releasing all that what does not serve you. Okay, and it's like maybe disconnecting from toxic energies, whether they come in a human form, you know, through relationships, friendships, you know, or maybe your toxic thoughts, and, you know, past life stuff, or past stuff in this life, and all sorts of things like that. So maybe coming up and challenging you, but they're switching, like this is about you now. Once you let that, you're switching that, because it's around into magnetizing to you, and you to that which you do, what serves you well, which you do want to, like, or desire to have in your life, be in your life, do in your life, and give in your life, okay? So the trick is finding some sort of balance here with this Temperance card here. Okay, so obviously, you know, that's kind of like in the beginning, well, not obvious, I shouldn't say that, but it's just come out of my mouth. So Spirit would say, you know, obviously. So it may not be so obvious to some of you, but it may be becoming more obvious to you, or it may have just become obvious to you. It's like, oh my God, what have I been doing? Like walking around with a bloody, you know, with a bowl on my head, with it like covering my head, or a hat that's just been like veiled, you know, pulled the hat down too far now and I can't see what I'm doing. So this is like, if you have, and you're like, no, this is about maybe taking off that hat or that cap or that veil, is like opening that veil up so you can see quite clearly rather than through a veil. If there, the veil for some of us, and maybe not, or some of you may not be a veil that you could see that's just distorting. It could be quite something a little bit thicker that is like it's not allowing you to see. So it's like maybe cleaning those rose-colored glasses as well, is what I'm hearing for someone in spirit. So balance. And then we have the Ten of Cups here working down with us. It's like, and looking towards what you do want to achieve rather than what you don't want to achieve. Because the Ten of Cups here is, talks about happiness, like things coming together. Like the Nine of Cups, so when the Nine is about, for me, the nines talk about something coming to an end, or something's coming together for you. Like you're pulling everything together, or you've learnt as much as you can for this particular phase or moment or subject or study or part of your life or whatever it is, but there is something with this Ten of Cups. It's like there's a transitional time, a union time, a coming together. Something is coming together, whether, like I say, it's a relationship or your emotions, you're understanding it, so you're more in a more calmer space to see what is there rather than what isn't there. So when we're just going to go to see what is there, so it's a sense of happiness and contentment. When I look at this tree, because the tree really for me talks about it's symbolic of ourselves. So this tree is smiling and it's full of abundance. Look at all the abundance in there, the gold cups that are in there. And it's not just, like overflowing with water, but it is water, but it's also, water for me is about cleansing and blessing. So there are lots of cleansing and blessings, blessings there for you should you choose to want to go into that space. Okay. I just want to say, the lighting in here is a little bit foggy at the moment, so it might seem like, and I've tried to correct it, so but anyway, it's still a little bit, I think it's because of the way that I've changed the energy around in this room, and the lighting is a little bit different in this corner. So just through like that little conversation there, it's like changing things around, and things aren't going to be the same as what they were before, because you know what, you've changed it. So it's about learning to adapt and changing the filter about what you want to do, be, given, have and see in your life, but also allowing yourself to like experience it and explore it so you can grow as well. So, and just doing things differently. Oh gosh, that's right here. Look, I just talked about the Nine of Cups. I didn't actually notice that before, but this is the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups talks about this new beginning, which is like you can see coming. And this is with this balance, magnetizing that which you want. It's like just really about finding balance, basically. Balance can be sharing, caring, giving, loving, all that sort of thing. Or sharing, caring, giving, loving. Well, that too, but, giving and sharing as well. But it's also, and opening yourself up to receive as well. So when I'm saying giving, sharing, it's like often in the receiving, they're using that as sharing as two different words, because often we can, like when we're wanting to receive, sharing is, it's kind of an interesting one topic to talk about really, but sometimes when somebody gives us something, we can often not, we can often say, oh no, that's okay, and not allow ourselves to receive it. So it's kind of different than sharing as well. So some of you may be thinking, oh, that's, I share things, I give things and that, so, and I receive things, and somebody wants to share back to you. It's like receiving it though. I'm saying that, okay. Yeah, it's okay. I just don't know where that was going to. I think you'll kind of get it, but there's like giving and sharing, but it's also receiving as well. Okay, being able to receive when others share with you. Crikey, that was like, there was a whole lot of things going on there. So that could be something that's going on with you, with this brilliant mind that's come through here. So this is brilliant. So I do feel like there's a light shines basically with this new beginning here. Things are coming together. It's nearly full term basically. So some of you may be literally pregnant and maybe freaking the frack out as to what am I going to do financially, Lies? What do I do? Maybe some of you may be thinking about your relationship. But some of you, it is literally, it was like pretty much a For you, it's literally, giving birth to a new baby. Some of you, it's giving birth or birthing a new project, a new life, basically, as in stepping out and doing something different. So some of you may be like packing your bags up and moving overseas, or a different town or a different house, and you may be looking at contemplating that, but starting to put some energy or some action into this energy to magnetize it to happen, maybe more now. And maybe that you're just waiting for a little bit more clarity in saying that. But in the meantime, there's this moving and shifting, because the Six of Cups is like you've gone, talks to me about, like with this temperance and the balance, is like as this is part of the learning basically of the experiences that we have, is to get us, to push, moving us, pushing us, changing us, challenging us to find that peace and that harmony within our hearts, but also in our minds as well, because then our heart and our emotional side is like shifts as well into this brilliance. So it's like shining your light bright, okay? The Six of Cups is telling me that you're like working together quite nicely, that you're moving things around, you've figured some things out and you're taking the next step in, but you're still contemplating things. Like moving forward, as well as, there is still a little bit of stuff there that's, that is emotionally attached to you, and that is still affecting you in a ways. For some of you, this is not all of you, remember. So, and some of you, this may be more so in the past, you may be in a different space, and some of you may not be like, may not get this at the moment, and that's okay. But there is something that's coming to an end with the Death card here. So there's some sort of transitional thing where you're looking and moving out of something, and therefore your clarity, it changes the way that you're looking at things, and this clarification that you get, because you're like the blinkers, not even just blinkers, the blindfold has gone into more blinkers, but now I feel like for some of you it's taking the blinkers right away. Because there is something here with the brilliance. There's maybe some toxic energies that you have, that in thoughts and feelings about someone, something, or yourself, or like I say, someone, something, yourself, could be an experience or something that's been in the past there. It could be something to do with addictions, could be, whether it's, it could be anything from smoking, drinking, sex, whatever, I don't know, but whatever it is for you that is unhealthy for you anyway, it's like there's something about breaking free of them, or letting yourself break free of those. So it could be toxic limiting belief patterns, it could be a toxic relationship, whether that be a romantic one, or or a partnership sort of a thing, whether that be like in a in a relationship of some sort. It could be something to do with a workplace or something like that, that's like breaking free of something that is like that's holding you off from experiencing your full life. So I love this one here. There's something like the puppeteer. This card, I love this card because in the sense that it means change. It means like this is about us checking in on ourselves basically. So the puppeteer here, don't let the puppeteer, like whatever it is that's, puppet, and you be the puppet basically. So disconnect from that. Ace of Swords talks here about there's something new that's there, like through this period of time here, and with this, where's the other card here? Oh, it's not there. So, I'm just hearing it's through like releasing yourself. It's like, and going into the space of, being in your truth. This is about you like going into your truth. So something is moving here. Definitely something is moving, because you have the Nine of Cups. So there's something that's coming into it because you're shifting your mindset. So things are moving, and you can see through the bullshit here basically is what that is starting, because these cards are like all like pretty, positive cards, even the Devil and even the Death. Because something is definitely coming to an end, which brings you a lot more clarity, so you can go and you can move into your own truth, basically this truth, and it shows you, so you're able to end something and go into this transitionary space. The Six of Wands talks here and shows you that you overcome something, whether and it may be, and you're walking away from something or riding away from whatever is not working in your life, that does not serve you for your highest purpose and highest good. So with this beautiful Six of Wands, and that the Wands, it's about action. This is you moving away from something that like is just like no good. But also here's the Five of Pentacles. It's like you, even though the Five of Pentacles, it talks about, you know, hard times, hardship, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I feel like it's not necessarily always, you know, it may be something that you've got in your mind that might happen, but I just feel like with this one, it's like you walking away from something and you've accepted something in this transition. Yes, there may be a few, like, you know, challenging times where you may be having to, like, rob from Peter to pay Paul, and, you know, or one bank account to another, as per se. But it's like, but I do feel like that something has come to an end. There's, in a way, I like that skull there, is like there's a death or something, you acceptance in that sense. It's a time and a space, or a turning point in a way, where you are acknowledging, and you're seeing it for what it is. So that is a cool thing. I'm saying it. So I love how this, you know, this moon in the background there was really bright in the sky. So this card has come up today. I do feel like this is a really, like, positive card, because it means, like, now it's like there's a fresh start, or a new way of thinking, or a fresh way of thinking about things, and moving forward into this new, you know, this next phase. So this month, you know, even like I say, we're in a lockdown 4 at the moment here in New Zealand. So you know, there's going to be obviously a transition, you know, most likely, you know, we're going to be, I'm not saying I'm going to be in level 4 for, you know, for ages, but ages means something different to different people. But I'm just hearing this, you know, this is an opportunity while we're in this space to, like, tie up some loose ends and disconnect from some other ends and create some loose ends, and, like, release them with love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity and abundance. Okay, so with those sorts of energies, that's the Zion energy, and my multi-dimensional energy, energies that are coming through to work with us with that side of things. So let the universe help us, and let yourself help you. Okay, your soul is talking to you, your spirit is talking to you. So let, you know, connect with yourself through this time, and any time really, through this time, but especially now while this energy with this full moon is at its greatest, at its highest peak, and moving into it, and tomorrow, and it'll be lingering around for the next week or so. But it's like, you know, allow yourself to release and tap into you, tune into you and your highest being of who you are. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for you. So this is like awesome sort of energy here, in processing and gearing you up for whatever it is that's coming in the future, which is so exciting, because as we shared, something new comes up in a new epiphany, and sometimes a new challenge, but that's okay, because you've been through many yourself, you know, so far yourself, so or a few yourself, whatever that is, and you've got through it. So it's looking for the things that worked for you best, and taking them and you know, taking them, bringing them to the fore, and to utilize them, you know, to help you for your highest and greatest good. Anyway, like I say, I better go. I'm going to leave that there. Otherwise, they'll go on and on and on and on. I'll be here all bloody day. So, there it is. Anyway, God bless you. And the universe bless you as well. Bye for now.